Hello, guys, and is Ronaldo finally being replaced at Portugal? Today, I'm going to be speaking about the Portugal 6-1 win that has just happened. I'm just right now watching Nigel de Jong try and talk about football and not keep people in the chest like in the 2010 World Cup. But if you haven't already, please can you go and subscribe to the channel? I always do it. I'll put it up here. You don't have to put the notification bell up. That's absolutely fine as long as you subscribe. I do appreciate it. Like and comment below what you thought on the game. But Portugal dominated the game, made it look really easy, like Brazil yesterday. Not like Spain before, though, however. We will speak about that briefly in a bit. But has Ronaldo finally been replaced by a 21-year-old who has just come onto the scene? You might say he's bursting onto the scene with Benfica. And, well, this is the stage has been set by him now. I think that this is the precedent that Portugal need to do. But we will speak about the game right now. As always, I will speak about the team. So Portugal went with a 4-3-3. Diogo Costa, Guerrero, Diaz, Pepe, who I forgot he even existed. Diego Dalot, William Carvalho, who seems to be linked with every single Premier League side, doesn't he? Bernardo Silva, Octavio, João Felix, Ramos up front, Bruno Fernandes, and like I said before, is Ronaldo finally being replaced? I think that all the sort of focus on Ronaldo maybe helped Ramos a little bit, maybe helped Portugal. All the focus was on him, all the media was on him. It was a bit boring, wasn't it? To be honest with you, everyone was talking about him. I think everyone's been talking about him for the last couple of weeks, hasn't he? Including the interview, all the stuff he's been saying on that, the Man United saga throughout this season, Ten Hag. And I think this was a sort of similar situation to how Ten Hag has been treating Ronaldo. Is he past it? I'm not too sure. People have been calling him out, saying he's past it. It seems like an easy point, doesn't it? I think his ego is ultimately the thing that's been stopping him from enjoying football, essentially, these last couple of months. But obviously, Ramos, the striker who got the hat trick today, very impressed with him. I think that with the lack of experience he has, this will do wonders for him, won't it? I think that everything was perfect for Portugal today. I think that Switzerland did bottle it a little bit because ultimately it was a pretty close game before. I don't think that many people would have picked Switzerland to win, but I don't think many people would have picked Portugal to win either. I think most people would have gone for a draw. And when you looked at the game against Morocco, Spain, anything could happen in this World Cup. And I will say this, it has probably been one of the best World Cups that I've ever witnessed. It's only been 4 or 5, to be honest with you, but the last few have been quite boring compared to this one. There's been a lot of upsets, a lot of teams who come in as underdogs, and it's good to see. I think that it makes football, because it's such a low scoring game, it's so unpredictable, and I think that this is the perfect summarization of it. As you can see, the draw here for the round of 16, they are all completed. The only surprises you could say was Morocco beating Spain. But the rest of the teams were the obvious ones. Obviously, in the group stage, you had a couple of shocks. But there wasn't many teams that could go who went out in the round of 16, apart from Spain, maybe Senegal, obviously Switzerland, that could look at themselves in disgust. Essentially, I think that there was a few teams in the group stage, Germany, Belgium, off the top of my head, that will look themselves in the mirror and think that this was a failure. And I think, as an Englishman, that's quite a nice thing to say, isn't it? I'm sure Germany and Belgium will be back at some point, but obviously today we're speaking about Portugal. But if you ever look at this team here, the team that Switzerland had out as well, you got Akanji, Xhaka, Shaqiri. He's always, he always steps up in the world stage. Umbolo scored a couple of goals in the group stage as well. But the team with Ronaldo and without Ronaldo is a complete contrast, isn't it? I think that Portugal look strong, they look quick, they look fast. The tempo of the play was, it had purpose. It didn't have this sort of passive football that they've been sort of having. The South Korea game really was poor from them. I think that they got lucky that the fact that they were already through, maybe they stepped down a gear just because they were already through. That seems like the obvious point, doesn't it? But it makes the quarterfinals very, very, very exciting because, as you can see, the next game is against Netherlands, and I think that will be their first. Oh no, sorry, it'll be against Morocco. Okay, apologies about that. And this Morocco team, they've not conceded in open play. Their only goal that they conceded was a penalty, and I think that they will surprise a few. Whether or not they use all their energy in the Spain game, I'm not too sure, but I would love to see them in the semi-final, hopefully against England. And I will be bringing out a video tomorrow on the predictions for the next round. I obviously didn't do it for the last few rounds because I was away, but hey ho, I'm back on it. I'm back on this. If I was Portugal right now, if I was Portuguese, am I thinking, is this another result like the Spain one against Costa Rica? Should I be excited? Should I have a bit of hope? Or do I come in with this thinking, let's not get too carried away, because it could be a false sense of security, and you don't want to peak too soon. It's almost like a slow burner, isn't it? Which could be good for England. I always like to link it back. But in terms of Switzerland, they just didn't show up, did they? It's hard to see whether this was a good performance by Portugal or it was just a poor one by Switzerland. I think it was a bit of both. Portugal were very, very clinical. Ramos was unbelievably clinical. I think in the game alone, they did dominate it pretty much the whole way through in terms of momentum. I don't have it up here, but when looking at it before, they had 95% of the momentum in the game. And if I was Portuguese right now, I'd be very, very, very excited. So, yeah, let's roll on the quarterfinals. This is a very, very exciting time, isn't it? I keep saying very a lot, and I do apologize. But if you haven't already, please can you go subscribe to the channel. This has just been a quick, very, very vague summarization of it. And I'm just wanted to show you the quarterfinal draw, really, to be honest with you. Netherlands versus Argentina. I was going to make the predictions then, but I will do that tomorrow. Croatia versus Brazil, England versus France, and Portugal versus Morocco. I think if England win that quarterfinal, it's looking good for us, isn't it? Going into basically the final, you can't not be excited after that. But if you haven't already, please can you go and subscribe to the channel. Comment below what you thought on the game. Portugal look very strong. So do a lot of other teams, though. And this World Cup has shown that you can't predict anything. Give it a like as well. I'm trying to get out some more content. Obviously, the England one was the first in a week, and and with this new webcam, I'm excited to produce some more content, some more different ones as well. I'm excited to talk about other topics other than the World Cup in a couple of weeks' time, because the games are thick and fast, and I feel like this is the only topic I've been speaking about for the last 2 weeks. So, like I said, subscribe to the channel, just pop it up again. Why not? And I will see you guys soon. So, peace out, guys, and have a good day.